Hey, hello. How you doing, people? I am hoping that everyone is having a lovely day on purpose. And today is the day where we do our Q&A. So I just wanted to, first off, again, thank you for coming and checking out my live. I have gotten a couple of questions. One in particular, I'm going to address directly from one of my videos that I did. And let's see here. It was just looking for the comment now. So give me a second. I had it up, and then I lost it. It was from my top 6 tips when buying a short sale video. I did that about a month ago, and I received a comment from an Alice Bell 8595. Shout out to you. I will also shout you out on the chat. 8595. Answer your question here. And yeah, the question that Alice Bell 8595 asked was, where's the best place to find short sales? I use this method to upload my last house, unload my last house. I think that's a typo there. In the 2008 housing crisis. So I did give like a quick little snippet. Now, I'm not going to specifically shout out any particular websites because they don't sponsor me, so I'm not going to say here and, point out any particulars, but to make it very easy, there's several places you can find short sale properties, including real estate websites, online search engines. You can always search Google, do a Google search, do a Bing search, and you would type in the word short sales, foreclosed homes, for these listing sites you'll be able to find. You also can team up with a realtor like myself. I am a short sale and foreclosure resource specialist. I am certified through National Association of Realtors. So definitely looking for a specialist would definitely be another avenue to go to be able to find yourself a short sale that fits your needs and your best specifics. But to definitely just give you a good idea, short sales are through banks, where the banks is trying to salvage whatever they can out of the deal, and they're trying not to lose too much money. They are trying to avoid going to the point where they're real estate owned, where they completely own the property, and they're not in the banks are not in the business of owning properties. They're in the business of banking. So they're going to do everything they can to try to recover the funds as much as possible. So keep that in mind, that being that it's through a mortgage, it's through a bank, or some type of funding administration, you definitely want to look into different funding administrations, and that way you'll be able to find some short sales. So I hope that answers your question. I definitely be more than happy to give you more specifics in your area, and I can definitely help you out more on an individual point. But here on live, I'm not going to go too deep into it. I definitely don't want to get into copyrights, and I certainly don't want to get into shouting out specific companies and getting dinged on. I got to protect myself. I got another couple of questions that I received. And how to market a house for sale. That's another question that I received. How to market a house for sale. Well, the short answer for that is definitely hiring a specialist, a realtor, to be able to help you do that. I myself am a realtor. There's also also a licensed real estate salesperson. I say realtor because I am with National Association of Realtors, so I am a member. So I say things like I'm a realtor, but in all actuality, we're all licensed real estate salespeople. So you definitely want to definitely go down that avenue. However, if you wanted to go more on the for sale by owner route, I do have a video on that where I do talk about um, ways that you can be able to put your house for sale by owner safely. And I say safely because keep in mind that, you know, when you just go onto a website and you put your address in and you put pictures up on your property, and that's one of the things you definitely want to do is get some really good pictures. And when I say good pictures, not just good quality, you want to make sure that your underwear and clothes are not hanging over the place. You definitely want to make sure that personal pictures are not just hanging out all over the place, or personal belongings are all over the place when you're taking these pictures and also when you're showing. So that's just a couple of tips that I can definitely give if you're looking to go more the for sale by owner route. Um, but you know, there's it's again, when it comes to putting your property on the market, you definitely want to also, when you're just putting it on a website, you also want to make sure that you vet these people that are coming to check out your property. And when I say vet these people, you want to ask them the right questions. You definitely want to make sure that they're qualified, ready, willing, and able to take you to the closing table, because a lot of things can happen between going under contract and closing, and you don't want to lose a deal because you didn't check their finances or ask for a proof of funds or ask for a pre-approval, things of that nature. You do have the right to do that legally, by the way. So yeah, I do have a video where I do cover you know, the best ways for sale by owners to be able to get your house ready to sell. I actually have a video that I did that like a couple of months ago, so definitely feel free to check my YouTube channel out. I do cover, you know, how to get your house ready. It's definitely top 4 ways. So yeah, definitely making sure you vet the people that's one thing I definitely for sure. And scheduling is definitely another way, because it's again, a lot of people think when they hire a realtor, they just putting us like the realtor's just putting up the sign and praying and you know, just placing it on the MLS, and that's not necessarily the case. There's a lot more background work to do that actually has a lot to do with selling your home. I, as an agent, I can definitely number at least 176 different things that I do to be able to market your property. That's why I'm so successful for the past 7 years. So I hope that answers that question. And if you are looking to sell your home, get with a specialist, because definitely there's a lot of dangers out there. There's a lot of scammers out there. So you definitely don't want to put yourself in a situation that you can't get out of, or put you in court, or get someone hurt. You know, it's definitely not a very safe situation. Okay. And last question that I had here is again, getting your house ready for sale. That is something that I also covered in another video of mine. Actually, it's the same video, how to get your house ready for sale, top 4 things. And a lot of the things that I mentioned just now was definitely one of them. Getting some good pictures, making sure you're not having personal belongings, clothes, clean up the house. You definitely don't want to have things like papers sitting around like you have, like I have in my office, or clothes sitting around, dirty toilet. Oh my gosh, that's like the worst thing I have seen. I've seen some terrible pictures on the multi-listing service. So I definitely do strongly encourage you to definitely clean the property, or at least clean the areas where where you're going to be taking the pictures at, and definitely invest in some really good professional photos. Think about it this way, like literally over 80% of people when they're shopping for a home, they're looking online, they're scouring all over the internet on every piece of service that they can find online that's going to be able to show them different properties and do virtual tours. So those pictures, those videos are super important because that is definitely going to be the first introduction to your property, and that's definitely going to get people to call and want to schedule to see it in person. And definitely when they see it in person, when the day that you're showing, and definitely you want to schedule it for one day during the week, one day during the weekend, at least 2 days a week, one day during the week, one day the weekend, that you're gonna show, and definitely have like a designated day. And definitely make sure that everyone comes on that day, make sure the property's clean, make sure that you're not using pictures that don't match what the property actually looks like as well, because that's false advertisement. So there's a lot of different things that you want to take in consideration when you're putting your property on the market. And those are definitely the few things that I definitely can give advice on, to make sure that you put your property in the best light, you get the best buyer, and get some offers on the table. Because the key is, when you're putting your property on the market, is not just to show it, it's to get an offer. Okay. And that's how you know that you're doing the right things, when you're getting offers. Okay. So those were the 3 questions that I received this week, and it is my honor to be able to address those questions, and trusting me with those type of personal questions as well. Feel free to reach out to me directly, or see you next week, Thursday at 5:30 for another live Q&A. I hope you're having a lovely day on purpose, and thank you very much.